My name is Scott Harris.
Hello everyone, hi, welcome to today's satsang. Hello, there was some technical problem, sorry. So today's song is by Tanya, The Word of God. Lyrics are by Sant Singh ji and music is by Tanya. Then we'll have introduction by Michael. Then Vishesh ji will talk about Anurag Sagar. Then we'll have a short dhyan session. Then we'll watch a master's YouTube video, and then we'll do group meditation with love and devotion. Thank you so much. Let's start the video.
The word of God is in my master. All doer power is in my master. bestower of all gifts, is my master. Everywhere is glory of my master. In all regions rule my master. God himself is eminent in my master. Path of life shown by my master. Feel devoted to eternal my master. No one doer except my master. From beginning till end is my master. Satguru of all is my master. Resident in all beings is my master. The perfect one is my master. Truth, light, life, way is my master. Salvation cannot be without master. God spoke through and by my master.
In 1782, the Continental
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to satsang. So nice to see all of you. I was just texting Tanya because I didn't see her here, but I wanted to thank her for her seva, her beautiful voice, and she's reading from the poems of my master, Sant Mat, which makes me so happy. Tanya, thank you for your great seva, and we miss you here. We miss you. Since Master gave me, since Santakar Singh gave me the seva of satsang, which was many years ago, and I used to have satsang in my house, and people used to come. I always used to feel sad when people missed. I don't know why, and I was so happy when people came. Master like put that in me, those feelings, and those feelings continue on today, as I miss my holy family. And this whole satsang is together, the holy family, in love, in the love of God, in the love of the Master, in the love of Santakar Singh, in the love of Ishwar Puriji, in the love of Baba Sawan Singh, and all the saints and masters. We gather here just to sit in the love, to drink the nectar of love, and to eat the manna of love, the food of love. We sit together to enjoy the circle of lovers. And I relax here with you. You are my holy family. I can be myself. I can say whatever I feel, and I just it's just a great time of the day that sustains me, charges me, and gives me blessings. And I feel spiritual development. I feel that we all together develop spiritually all together. And it's just a great thing that the seva that Master gave me and gave us, for all of us. It is for our spiritual development. That this is the only reason, really, that I keep satsang every day is for the spiritual development of myself and all the Sangat. As the Sangat is so, so dear to me, all my holy brothers and sisters, and we all sit in the love of the Master, and we all develop together. We all develop together with the power of where two or more gather in my name, there I am. That great power of the master power, when it becomes so intense, as master exists in each one of us individually, but sometimes the mind takes us away from the master. The master is there, but our mind is taking us away from the master. But when two or more gather in my name, there I am, it becomes very, 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 very powerful, very intense. And that love of everyone, that love, since master is in each one of us, and then when we concentrate and we gather in the name of the master, then master in each one of us puts the mind to the side and comes up. And then it becomes very, very intense. And that's when the blessings are showered. When the mind is removed, then the blessings are showered. So this is what the essence of satsang. The essence of satsang is that we all grow in the love of God together. Um, um, the mind, the mind, they call it Kal. They call the mind Kal. Kal is a positive negative power. Why is Kal a positive negative power? Because the mind itself, the negative power, performs a positive function by policing the exit of its domain and not allowing any soul to exit its domain until that soul is pure enough, until that soul is sparkling in its purity of the highest standards, in sincerity, cleanliness, calmness. This level of purity is required by the mind. That's why I call the mind the positive negative power. That when we befriend it, when we befriend the mind and start to make it work for us spiritually, then it becomes the positive negative power, power. And it starts to perform the policing act on our soul. As the mind does the judging, it judges impartially. It judges impartially and delivers the verdict. Our mind judges impartially and delivers the verdict. And every thought that we have gets imprinted in our mind, and then the mind uses it to create the fabric of our next life. That from these present thoughts that we have, then it it is all put in our Akashic record. It's all imprinted on the script of the mind. And what happens? Then our next lives are etched. The fabric of our next life is etched from these thoughts. So this is very, very important. Why? To keep our rapport with our inner master, and to every moment reap the benefit of the rapport with the inner master and deposit that benefit in the lotus of our heart. In the lotus of our heart, we reap the benefit and we deposit the benefit. And that benefit stays for us eternally. That benefit stays for us eternally and is our godly treasure, where no thief and no moth can ever destroy it, that it is there forever. And we, every moment of our life, we reap that benefit when we have that rapport with our inner master. With our inner master, we can become very, very wealthy. But our attention has to be on the master. As they say, as I said before, that to in order to penetrate within, our attention has to be like threading a needle. Threading a needle, we have to put all our concentration on the eye of the needle and on the tip of the thread. And with that concentration, unwavering concentration, we can penetrate. But the mind will not let us penetrate until we are pure enough. If we ever penetrate, if we ever penetrate while we're not still pure enough, that is by grace. That is by grace, by the grace of the Master. By the grace of the Master, when we sit here at the eye of the needle, straight is the gate and narrow is the way that leads to life. However, very few shall find it, and very few shall be able to penetrate it. When we sit here, it's our mind that doesn't allow us to penetrate because of our baggage, because of our heavy baggage of attachments and desires and karmic loads. And it puts our attention on the past and the future. And then we are not able to sit here. That is why it is very, very important when we sit here like a beggar on the doorway to God to ask for grace, to ask for grace that no matter what, even though our karma, we still have karma, even though we are still impure and the veil is not lifted, that we can be lifted by another power, and that is grace. See, Baba Sawan Singh says that if the if 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 we cannot penetrate, if we cannot penetrate, if the veil is not removed, be sure that the mind is not pure. That's what Baba Sawan Singh says. If the veil is not removed, be sure that the mind is not pure. As when the mind becomes pure, then the veil will be removed. And then when we sit here in few seconds, we can exit. In few seconds, we can free ourselves from this prison house of the body and experience other dimension, step into the beyond. It is all depends on the purity of the mind. And the purity of the mind, even if we reach levels where our mind is pure and it's easy for us to penetrate and the veil is removed. However, living in this world, we have to also take heed and pay attention that since we live in the negative realm, and the negative realm is always trying to feed us what it has through TVs and through news and information and they say that lust attacks from the eyes 70% and then anger attacks from the ears. So we have to be careful what we allow our eyes to see, what we allow our ears to hear, and what we allow our hands to touch. All of these things affect our purity. As if we reach a high level of purity, we can also, if we don't pay attention, we can also pollute ourselves again. That is why in this path of love, it is always like having a boat that has a hole in it, and the water is coming into from that hole, and we are sitting in the boat with a bucket trying to take the water out and to keep the boat afloat. This is just a true example of spirituality, that in this world, all these things of the negative power are coming on us to pollute us. And that's why we have to keep the boat afloat by keep bailing the water out with our bucket. And that is through meditation on daily basis. Seva, meditation, Seva, meditation, Simran, thinking of Master, and Satsang. It is the act of the bucket in the sinking ship, in the sinking boat that takes the water out and keeps the ship afloat. If we miss 1 day or 2 days of not taking that water from the boat, what happens? The boat starts to sink. And if we don't pay attention for few days, really, the water starts coming up to our waist, our knees, our waist, and up. And that is the same thing with spirituality. That's why the saints and masters say that really meditation is so, so, so important regularly, that we cannot miss meditation. As if we miss meditation, then we are not cleaning our house. Then we are not cleaning our house, and then these things start to accumulate. And then once these things start to accumulate, then we will start to try to sit in meditation, and our thoughts will not be on God. Our thoughts will go to those things that have polluted us, to those things that have polluted us, and our journey becomes harder. Our journey becomes harder because we have to clean what we missed cleaning today and what we missed cleaning yesterday and the day before. That it becomes a task that we have to clean the days that we have missed cleaning. Once we clean those days, and then our boat has no water and it's floating, then we can start to see the light again. This is the most important thing, that never to miss meditation. If we cannot meditate for some reason because of our work, then we can keep our thoughts on Master. We can keep our thoughts on Master. We can keep our thoughts on Simran. We can keep seeing everything as Master. Whatever we experience, we keep divinity close to us. We keep divinity close to us. If we are driving, then we think we are driving in God. Everything we see is God. And we appreciate everything at every moment. And we say thank you. And we say we have our gratitude to our Master for every moment of our life. That we can do that while we are working, and we can do it while we are walking, and we can do it when we are eating, drinking, or even taking a shower, as this path is like taking a shower. Really, the more yearning we have, the more the faucet of love opens. The faucet of love opens more when we have more yearning. And when we have more yearning and the faucet of love opens more, then we get drenched more with the love of the Lord, and that cleans us much, much faster. When we first come onto the path, the soul starts talking to the Master. The soul starts talking to the Master, telling the Master what kind of a horrible house it is living in, what kind of a horrible house it is living in, what kind of bonds, what kind of attachments, what kind of karma that has to be paid, what kind of karma that has to be paid. And silently, lovingly, precisely, lovingly, and silently, the Master starts to unchain us. The Master starts to work on our karmas. And in the beginning, they are intense. They are intense. Why are they intense? Because we have collected so much baggage from the past lives. And now this baggage is coming to us, and we have to face it. We have to face it. Facing the baggage that we have collected from the past life is a bravery act. Is a bravery act because why? Because we are paying off our karmas. We are being unburdened, whether we know it or whether we do not know it. The Master is unburdening us. Every moment after initiation, the Master is in full control, and he is unchaining us, cutting our bonds one after the other, one after the other. And there could be millions and millions of bonds, millions of chains on our soul. That's why this path is for the brave because it takes a long time. Sometimes when he is cleaning us, we think we are going down spiritually. We think we are going down spiritually as we are facing anger. We are facing our families. Our families are judging us. Our families are hurting us. Our families are doing things that we do not like. And we are facing all these actions. And then we are being hurt. We are being hurt, and we think that we are going down spiritually, but no, we are not going down spiritually. Slowly, He is unburdening us. He is unburdening us, and we are becoming lighter and lighter and lighter, and we will rise higher and higher and higher in our awareness and in our God consciousness. It's a slow process, but the Master is always working. When I take a bird's look on my life, a bird's look on my life when I first started on this path till now, I can see thousands of bonds that the Master has cut. He has cut so many bonds from family, from worldly friends, and worldly desires and worldly attachments. So many bonds have been sundered by the power and the grace of the Master that when I look at my life and how entangled I was and how I had to face that karma that I have created, and those I had to meet those people. I had to go to parties. I had to go meet the family. I had to go do this and do that, and sometimes be hurt and sometimes be happy. I had so many affairs that have to be settled. But now I see that my life has totally changed. That a lot of these bonds, a lot of these karmic actions have been sundered and paid off and settled. A lot of the accounts have been settled. And when the accounts are settled, those people that used to be in our life, due to that give and take that has to be settled, once it is paid off, when it is settled, they lose thought of you and you lose thought of them. You lose thought of them and they lose thought of you, and they kind of put far away from your daily life, far away from your daily life. This is the hand of Master working moment by moment to really free us, to really free us and make us light so we can meditate. So we have to be brave. We have to be brave, face our karma, and keep our meditation. Keep our meditation. I will teach you a secret that I have performed since the time of initiation. And that secret has helped me lead life very, very peacefully. Lead life very peacefully and pay off a lot of these accounts fast. Pay off a lot of my accounts with the negative power, with the mind, much, much faster. And how I will tell you. When you first start the day, suppose you have to go to court because you have a ticket. How do you, before you go to court, face the police, face the judge, and face the people who are going to be in your way that day? Then sit in meditation. Sit in meditation. Ask Master, ask Father God, I give this meditation for the city that I have to go to court in. I give my meditation, please give my meditation to the judge. Please give my meditation to the police. Please give my meditation to everyone that's going to come my way that day. And then I sit in meditation. I sit in meditation and I will do like 5 minutes of that meditation. As we grow in God, as we grow in our godly powers, in Master, as Master in us grows, then meditation becomes so much powerful. Meditation becomes so much powerful. And if you just sit in meditation for 1 minute and give it to whoever you want to give it, then that person will receive it directly, subconsciously, will go directly in his bank account, in his soul or her soul will benefit. They will start to act towards you differently. They will start to act towards you differently. Situations can be changed to your favor. Situations can be changed to your favor. I have, like I gave you an example of a court. Because I drive in the beginning, I had to go through a lot of karma of tickets. Not anymore by the grace of the Master, touch wood. But before, yes. And I always got out of all the tickets. All the tickets. I would say 99%. And that is by using this trick. By using this trick, just meditating for everybody that's going to come in my day that day, and giving them the benefit of meditation. And then everything becomes smooth. Everything becomes smooth. So when we face our families, and this is where we pay our most karmas. We pay our karmas with our family and our friends. They are the ones who make us happy. They are the ones who make us angry. They are the ones who hurt us. And they are the ones who make us happy. So, in the start of the day, one of the secrets, if we want to be really happy, is that whoever is in our life, whoever we're going to see, just sit in meditation and give them few minutes as a benefit. Remember, when we give, Father God fills us directly. He replenishes our account. If we meditate for somebody, then we get the benefit and the person gets the benefit, because that's the law of God. The law of God is give, give, give. I will replenish, replenish, and replenish 10 times more or 100 times more. Because why? Because God sits on an endless, bottomless well of love, full of treasure, and he can give and keep giving and keep giving. All what we have to do is just keep taking. Keep taking from that treasure house and keep giving. Take from the treasure house of God, the unlimited treasure house of God, and distribute to this whole wide world. Distribute to whoever we want. Distribute to everybody that comes in our face. Everybody that comes in our face has been put there for a certain reason, that it is in our, that person, he or she, is in our DVD because of some past karma. We totally respect that. That person could be coming to harm us. That person could be coming to cause some happiness to us. We respect both. We respect both as an act coming from God towards us to unburden us from heavy karmic reactions. So we can be at some time free. Free, that what does this freedom mean? Free means that all our debts have been paid. Our debts have been paid, and we are free to meditate. We are free to meditate. Our give and take has been settled, and now we have much, much, much more time to just sit in meditation and to enjoy the spiritual karma. And what is the spiritual karma? Our holy family, Master. Master and our holy family is our spiritual karma. Then what happens? What happens when Master sunders all our give and takes and all? Then life becomes open for spirituality, for meditation, for seva, and for our holy family. For our holy family, life gets open. So, in the game of the mind, you can never win, you can never be even, and you cannot quit. This is the three theories of the mind. You can never win, you can never break even, and you can never quit. However, and that is the same theory as capitalism. Capitalism is there as a theory that you can win. Socialism is a theory that you can break even. But mysticism is a theory that tells you that you can quit the game. You can quit the game. Quitting the game is the heart of all mystics, that they quit this game here and they start another game, the game of love, the game of bliss, the game of joy, and the game of God, and the game of the kingdom of God. That this is the new game, that we quit the game, we quit the mind, and we start the life of the soul. And the mind becomes only our servant to do that positive negative power starts to work for us all the time, starts to be our slave and cannot control us anymore. That it is not, it is now positive negative power, but on the positive side, that it is working for us. That's when we befriend the mind. Um, I wanted to read to you poetry and stuff like that, but Master had a different plan. But let me read to you just one poem. I found this in the books that I got from Ishwar Puri Ji's office. So much godly stuff in them that I would like to share. And sometimes I know minds start to judge me that I'm reading, and oh, Master is not flowing. He's reading. But no, no, listen. Um, when I read poetry or I read anything from these books, Master is behind it. Like I'm an instrument in his hand, and the love keeps coming and coming and coming from our Holy Father Ishwar Puri Ji or Santakar or Baba Sawan Singh. So it's not a weakness to read these poems that I found from this. It's called the Radha Swami. Um, so beautiful, and it's from devotees. But I found few poems. My place outside thy door. Each day I rise when thy elixir flows, and crouch in a beggar's stance outside thy door. My eyes still heavy with life's deadly dream. The poison of its narcissus dulls my brain, and yet gives rise to devil demon thoughts that dance insistently behind my eyes. I pray you, King, let me take the talisman of Nam when I leave thy door to descend once more into the dream, and let me sleep not so deep that I forget thy sweet abode and my place outside thy door. This poem is so powerful, and it's from one of the devotees. She wrote this poem, but this poem is like our whole story. How he's talking about the devil demon thoughts that start dancing incessantly behind the eyes. That when we start to meditate, sometimes those thoughts start coming. Devil demon thoughts. She gave them the right word, and she's praying to the King of Kings. I pray you, King, let me take the remedy of Nam when I leave thy door to descend once more in this dream, because this life is a dream. And she's asking God that sometimes in meditation, we are with Master inside, in a different dimension, in a different realm. We are enjoying God's nectar. We are enjoying Master inside of us. And we are with the saints and masters. But then, when we wake up to this dream, we forget our experience. We still have the taste that I know this person, I have met this master, I know this person so well, or we have like this taste that we were with master. We have this feeling that we all night we were with master, but we can't remember what. We can't remember what. And she's praying to master, please don't let me sleep so deep that I forget the sweetness at your door, the sweet abode, and my place outside thy door. She does not want to forget. This is another poem. It's called The Spirit. When the flesh is born, the spirit sleeps. While the flesh lives, the spirit weeps. Wow. When the flesh dies, the spirit flees. Okay, one more poem. Guest House Daydream, it's called. I saw you standing by the roses, their heads all leaning towards your glance. And then you tore my heart out from the roots and plucked its petals one by one through a window, that looking glass which shows the other side. I saw you smiling with the others while you etched your image on my mind. The eye of longing flowed with tears, which spattered clean the window of my thoughts. And I, who watched you from afar, was with you standing by the roses. Wow, wow. This is such a beautiful, beautiful poetry. This is also something beautiful that I found. It's called My Law. The sun may be clouded, yet ever the sun will sweep on its course till the cycle is run. And when into chaos the system is hurled, again shall the builder reshape a new world. Your path may be clouded, uncertain your goal. Move on, for your orbit is fixed to your soul. Wow, move on, for your orbit is fixed to your soul. When your path may be clouded and uncertain your goal, move on, for your orbit is fixed to your soul. That's like words of treasure. And though it may lead into darkness of night, the torch of the builder, the torch of the builder shall give it new light. Wow. And though it may lead into darkness of night, the torch of the builder shall give it new light. I love that. You were, oh, this is even more. You were, you will be. Know this while you are here. You were, you will be. Know this while you are here. Your spirit has traveled both long and afar. It came from the source. To the source it returns. The spark which was lighted eternally burns. It slept in a jewel. It leapt in a wave. Wow. It roamed in the forest. It rose from the grave. It took on strange garbs for long eons of years, and new in the soul of yourself it appears. From body to body your spirit speeds on. It seeks a new form when the old one has gone. And the form that it finds is the fabric you wrote. Wow. It seeks a new form when the old one has gone. And the form that it finds is the fabric you wrote on the loom of the mind from the fiber of thought. How about that? That's like that's like rich poetry. And and the form that it finds is the fabric you wrote on the loom of the mind from the fiber of thought. As dew is drawn upward in rain to descend, your thoughts drift away and in destiny blend. You can't escape them, for pity or great, or evil or noble, they fashion your fate. Somewhere on some planet, sometime and somehow, your life will reflect your thoughts of your now. My law is unerring. No blood can atone. The structure you build, you will live in alone. The structure you build, you will live in alone. This line has a satsang in itself that our life, whatever we face, we have built it and we live in it alone. The structure you built, you will live in it alone. That's why there are some people suffering because they have and in misery all the time because they have created that. From cycle to cycle, through time and through space, your lives with your longings will ever keep pace. And all that you ask for and all you desire must come to your bidding as flame out of fire. Once list to that voice, and all tumult is done. Once list to that voice, and all tumult is done. Your life is the life of the infinite one. Once you listen to the voice, that's the holy sound, the tumult, the turbulence of the life is gone. Your life is the life of the infinite one. Our life Once the tumults are gone, then our life will become the life of the infinite one as we will merge and blend with the infinite one. Wow, this is like treasure. In the hurrying grace, you are conscious of pause, with love for the purpose and love for the cause. Wow. You are your own devil. You are your own God. You fashion the path your footsteps have trod. You are your own devil. You are your own God. You fashioned the path your footsteps have trod, and no one can save you from the error of sin until you have harked to the spirit within. Wow, how good is that? That's like a treasure house. These books came from Master's office. I got them.
Remain unchangeable. And what is the instruments? Agency which is using the physical bodies, because that power, if it is work in this world, has to work through some human body, not lower body, but only human body. This is only body out of the uh, more than 8 million species of life which is made suitable for accommodation of God power, master power. And it uses it and begins to work upon it, and then all are to be benefited. So this unchangeable permanent power which is there from beginning till end, that is the master power. Bodies are only its containers. So the same power was there in all previous masters, and same power is continued from Baba Sahib Singh to my master, and further now it will further also continue the same. It may have some different commissions. When any master comes in this world, they have some definite commission from God that this is you are to do in this way according to the situation of the world. But in what way the world is going along and how you are to work in this world at this time. And when the time changes and some improvement is made, then the system is also changed. That when you are to raise up a child, in the childhood you have to raise the child in some other way. When the child is of 5 or 6 years of age, then we have to change the system. We have to change it other way. And when the child is grown up of 12 years or 13 years, then you would have to change little behavior of yourself toward the child. Something else has to be done. As per the growth or development of the child, and the father, the parents have also to change the behavior or way of working for them. They are to work help them. They are the same, but they are slight changes. So in the same way, that's why that the master of the age is required, because that doctor who had worked in his own time, doctor to heal the diseases at that time, cannot be now. As you know, there were some people, even now, I myself can say that what I have learned to live in this world, I am now unfit for the world. Because I don't know anything about computer. And computer is all over our world. It has over 100 computer, and I do not know anything. I don't know anything about email or internet. And this world is only going along with the internet and the email. And next master will come, we will have every kind of email, knowledge, internet, everything. So, according to the change in the condition of the world, the master has also to be changed in some kind of way of working according to the condition of the world. That is why a living master is a great blessing. In the times of the master, this was generally specially written in big letters on his magazine, which was generally published here in USA, Sat Sandesh it was generally named, that where there was a name written of Sat Sandesh, There was big letter that is a great blessing to have a living master, because he is of the sun of the time. Yesterday's sun had given its own light to yesterday's world and yesterday's people. But for today, today's sun is needed, who is to give light to us. And if we only remember light of yesterday, we can remember it. We can only have little idea of it, but we will not find it. So Master is not just what he says something. Master is what he acts. What his work is there. That if your father is there, he has told you, I will give you food, and he gives you food also. I will give you food, and he gives you food. And next day you have his tape. Yeah, he says, I will give you food, I will give you food. But he will not be able to give you food, and you will not find food, because that agency which was to give you food something, that is not there. Only some words are there. And words will not be sufficient. Therefore, what is the master? Master is that power, which is God power, which has its own way of working, way of thinking, and how to act, how to control everything of this world. It is something like that. If a book is there, how to rule, it will not be able to rule. If this book of knowledge is given to some man, human being, he will be able to act according to the instructions of that book and will be able to rule practically. So words, or empty words, or books, etc., cannot do the same as a practical adept can do. This is to be known, and people have to believe. But I am sorry to say that as yet you have not been able to really be rid from the negative power. And I had been trying my level best to rid you of all these horrible bondages of mind and matter, and conclusions that you are to be coming out of this horrible control. You are coming up slowly, slowly and slowly. But those hindrance creating agencies are also working very hard and very hard and very hard. But there is no difficulty. I am dealing with everything. I am not talking about as my body, but as my inner God self, Master self, which is competent to do like that. Master generally do not talk about their body life, or from the intellect or mind. They are generally talk from their higher self. Because if they are not higher self, then what is it they can give or help to the people who are already under the lower self, and that they also need higher self. And they handle their higher self, and that higher self is to exist, and lower self is to be ruled and helped, and higher self is to enjoy independence in its own way. That is the life of the man, and for that all arrangements have been made by Baba Sam Singh Ji, as we know from him or from previous masters, and also from my master, as we are here credited in his holy remembrance. But this holy remembrance is something which is there very important, that we are to remember somebody who is really useful. And when we are remembering somebody, then we forget everything else. If you are talking to some mob, and somebody, my dear friend, come to me, and who is really dear to me, who is really I love very much, I will ignore all of you. I will attend to him. And I will only know that he is there, nobody else is there. And when you are so much attracted by him that you are only remembering him all the day and night, then you will be immersed in him. There will be no separation between you two. This kind of love, this kind of realization, and this kind of connection, which is possible at the level of soul, Because mind which is always changing, it cannot be stabilized for more than 1 minute or 2 minutes. Those people who are working to control the mind and they feel like working on the powers of the mind, it is very difficult, very hard for them. Because mind is very much flickering, it is all changing moment by moment. And how you can control this basic tendency of the mind? If you try upon it, it will be a lifelong struggle and it will still be failure. But when we begin to work on the soul, then it is possible that we can enjoy soul concentration, permanent one. And agency is also there that we have been given the big, nice, wonderful feeling of the sound current. And when sound is really working purely, when it's all out of the adulteration of the mind and matter, then it becomes really so attractive, so powerful, that it will snatch away your mind. Just close the eyes and you are up. Because it has really great power in you, in it, and it will also be able to help you. But we have to develop this connection more and more by connecting ourselves to holy sound and holy light, and we will be getting more and more released from the lower tentacles of mind and matter, and we will more and more near to our own self, where we will really connected. It will be very hard to go from the ground. But when we are near to the moon, it will attract you and you will dash towards the moon. The power of the world will not be acting upon you. So certainly as the power of moon will be there acting upon you, and then naturally you will go towards.
Welcome to this second day of our program here. We are all in pursuit of happiness. We all want to be happy. And somehow it looks that happiness eludes us. We try to find something outside of ourselves to get happiness. But these outside things, whether they are things or they are people, they give temporary happiness. They give temporary pleasure, which we call happiness. And afterwards, the same things which give us happiness turn out to be the cause of unhappiness. It's very strange that when a little newborn baby comes in our family, bundle of joy, we call him, and makes everyone happy, he grows up to a teenager. It's a big problem for everybody. It's the same person, same being. I have met so many people, young people, come to me, young couples. We are soulmates. I said, how did you know? Because we think alike, we're just like each other, and we are going to be together forever. We are really in love. 6 months later, they both come, we are in divorce court. Because we knew from the beginning we are not made for each other. I said, that's not what you said in the beginning. It looks like the very things that can be a cause of happiness becomes the cause of unhappiness. So we are searching for happiness somewhere where it doesn't really belong. Happiness belongs inside us, not outside. If you're happy inside, you'll be happy anywhere. And if you're happy inside, you will meet happy people. And if you're unhappy, you meet unhappy people. I did once a little experiment. I said to a small group of people, pretend to be happy for 1 week. Just put a smile on your face, even if you don't feel like it. Put a smile on your face and go talk nicely to everybody, no matter what they say. You be nice. Just a 1 week experiment. And then come back and tell me if you met any unhappy people. For 1 week, they had met only happy people. Because all the people they met became happy to see them. So happiness is very contagious. It spreads. so does unhappiness. I have a friend of mine who's very unhappy and calls me and says, all my friends have left me. They have left because she is unhappy, that girl is unhappy, and nobody wants to be staying near a person who is unhappy. So then loneliness increases, then you become more unhappy and multiplies. So this tendency to look for happiness outside often leads to great disappointments later on. But if you are happy inside, you will be happy always, inside and out. So that's why the real thing to get happiness is inside us. How do we become happy inside? Well, meditation is a way to travel inside. It's a journey into our own self, into our soul. When we make the journey into our own soul, we find such great beauty, such great joy, unsullied beauty, which we don't find outside. We go away from negativity into positive experiences. And that makes us so happy internally that when we are outside, we are happy all the time. And then we meet all happy people. And whoever meets us also becomes happy. So it's a very good thing to remember that happiness comes from inside. If you have a perfect living master in your life and you follow his instructions and establish his radiant form inside you through meditation, you will always be happy after that. Because the happiness one gets by having a permanent friend 24/7, having a permanent friend who travels with you everywhere, both outside and inside, one who can take you to different levels of experiences, each one better than the other. That generates a happiness. It does not compare with any happiness you can get outside. Therefore, those who get this great opportunity to get initiated by a perfect living master, and those who meditate according to those instructions that he gives and establish his radiant form inside, they are happy forever, both inside and outside. No matter what their karmic pattern is, no matter the ups and downs that come in life, they're able to cope up and face both these together with happiness. They don't suffer like most of us do, because they are getting an internal happiness that actually wipes out all the external unhappiness. It wipes out because it makes us know that what is outside is very temporary, what is outside is not true, it's an illusion, it's going to end one day, and the reality is lying somewhere else with which you have contact already. And therefore, you look at it like a movie. Life becomes like a movie. When we go and see a movie, there's so many ups and downs that happen in the movie. People love to see movies which are horror movies. There are murders taking place in movies. Terrible things happening in a movie. We pay to go into the theater and see a movie like that. And yet, when those things are happening, nobody gets up from his chair and says, let me stop this from happening. We know it's just a movie, and therefore you enjoy it. A movie with great trauma and drama in it. Actually, we enjoy even more. How come a movie that is showing such horrible scenes, we still go and see and enjoy it? What's the reason behind enjoying a movie and not enjoying life? Life has the same ups and downs that a movie has, but movie we enjoy. An answer to this question was given by a famous Greek philosopher, Aristotle, long ago. Those days there were no movies, but there were dramas, there were acts, plays outside. And he said, a play, a very emotional play, a tragedy being shown on a play is the best play. Tragedy is better than a comedy, tragedy is better than history, and therefore he praised tragedy because he says when we see a tragic play, we identify with those characters. And we have stored so many emotions of our own life. When we identify with a figure who's just an actor, and we identify with them, it removes our own emotions. We cry. We cry, not because we think it is real. For a time being, we forget that a movie is not real. We begin to take it seriously. I know people cry and laugh in the movie as if real things are happening on the screen. They forget at that time it's just a screen, just a shadows, just pictures. Why do we cry when we see a movie? Because our own emotions identify with that going on in the movie. We identify with the characters. We feel it's our story going on. And the excess of emotions gets removed by that process. Aristotle says that when we watch a drama or an act, we willingly suspend our disbelief. These are his words, translated into English. That we normally would not believe it's real. We willingly suspend our disbelief. We start believing it is real for the time being, so that we can have a purgation, a catharsis of excess of emotions. That our excess of emotions that are piling up inside us get relieved, and we feel lighter after seeing something like that. So that is why, no matter what the movie is, if it has got lots of ups and downs, it's a better movie. That's how we like it. If it's all one being saying it's a very boring movie, we walk away. But with the drama in it, the drama and trauma in the movie attracts us more to it. So imagine if a movie can do this to us, to lighten our hearts. And an inner experience on the spiritual path can make you look like the whole life as a movie. How would you feel? You'll get real happiness. You'll get very light. And all the burdens will disappear and look like, why was I taking it so seriously? In fact, nothing was so important as I thought it was. We were thinking our jobs are important, our families are important, or everything we have to do is important, our friendship is important. We were laying importance on something that was no more than a movie. At the time of death, it ended exactly like a movie, without even saying the end. It sometimes ends so suddenly. So therefore, when we have inner experiences, we really begin to look at life like a movie. It's not that we have to be at that point to look like a movie. It remains a movie forever. Now you imagine that you are sitting in life and know it's just a drama, an act. And we are all actors, including ourselves. There's one difference in a movie and this movie. In a movie, you are sitting on a comfortable chair. You are not on the stage. You are not on the screen. The actors on the screen are actors, and you are the audience. You don't identify that you are also one of the actors. In this movie of life, you are not only watching a movie, you are also the actor in it. But not really. We have begun to think we are actors in the movie. Where are we actually watching the movie from? We are watching the movie from behind the eyes, the third eye center. But since our audience, which we are part of the audience, is inside us, behind the eyes, we begin to think that this body is myself and I am watching a movie. So we try to separate ourselves from the rest of the movie. Therefore we go wrong and we say it is real. But once we know that it's a movie in which we are also an actor, the physical body is acting just like anybody else on the screen. Once we realize that our chair from which we are watching the movie is not this body, it's not the chair outside, it's the chair inside, and a beautiful chair inside. The best chair, I'll introduce you to that chair later today, that the chair where you can sit and watch the movie is inside us. If you practice sitting on that chair inside, behind the eyes, not only will the life look like a movie, your own body will look like an actor in the movie. And you will know you are only acting like anybody else is acting. Now, a good movie is that where the actors act like it is real. If they just act slipshod in a rough way, it's not a good movie. But if they act like they're really what their character is, it's a good movie. There was a movie made called Gandhi. In that, Mahatma Gandhi was portrayed by a British actress, Ben Kingsley. Ben Kingsley, in an interview, said, for 6 months before the shooting of the movie, he just practiced feeling he is Gandhi. When he felt he was Gandhi, then he said, now shoot the movie. So that when he acted, he felt he was Gandhi. So you have to act, to make a good movie, you have to act as if you're really there. Now we have all been endowed with a beautiful virtue of being good actors without even knowing that we are actors. We have been given this feeling that we are real, therefore it's a very good movie. Since we all feel we are real, this is a real life, real world, so we act so well, we act like it is real, which makes for a good movie. So this life is a very good movie because all the actors are really thinking it is all happening real. So when you begin to see it is real, you get stuck with it. So we are stuck with it because we say this is the only reality. We forget that all are acting, including ourselves, including our body. And we are watching this act, we are watching this movie from a hidden audience in the dark, behind the eyes. And that's the chair from where we are watching this movie. If we practice staying more in that chair, if we are conscious, even while walking about, even while living in this world, that this is happening because we are there, that we are watching from there, that we have used some glasses called eyes to make it three-dimensional, to make it like we wear glasses now in 3D movies. They give you some glasses, Polaroid glasses, and things seem to be real. They come near you, although they're all flat on the screen. Everything is flat on the screen, and these eyes, because of the stereoscopic nature, create depth, and we see life as it is. It's amazing. If these eyes were not there, the world becomes flat. So therefore, we are doing exactly the same thing like a person watching a 3D movie. Now, if we are conscious all the time that we are watching a movie, how can you be unhappy? You will enjoy the movie all the time. So therefore, it's a question of taking advantage of knowing who we are, where we are. And there are so many levels of knowing where we are. This is just one step. It's the most easy step, the easiest, and I shouldn't say easy, simple step. Maybe difficult. And I'll explain to you why it's become difficult, otherwise it was easy. An Indian mystic named Bulle Shah says, Rabda ki pana, ethon lana, ethe lana. It's not difficult to find God. Just take your attention from here, put it here. He makes it simple. It is true. It is simple. We made it difficult. But when you are sitting in that chair,